Oh man, here we go. Here we go. We're alive. It's alive. Okay, friends. So I'm going to make sure I get everything squared away here so I can see what you guys have to say. Give me a thumbs up or tell me whether or not you can hear me okay, because there are so many things going on right now out of the norm. And I need to make sure you can hear me. One of which is these fancy new cool AirPods right here. And I am super jacked to have them. By the way, if you don't have the AirPod Pros and you've never done this before, like you've never had these and I'd done my little bit of a research and somebody said, I asked them, I said, how do you like your AirPods? And they said, oh, I love them. You know, they got this noise cancellation thing. And I was like, noise cancellation. To me, noise cancellation means that I can't, or that other people, like if I was on the phone with you, you couldn't hear the noise around me. That's what I thought noise cancellation was. Well, I'm walking out of Target the other day, super excited about having these headphones, and I put them in my ear, and they have this transparency mode thing. It's not a commercial for Apple, but man, I'm telling you what, I put them in my ears, and it was like total bliss. Total bliss, because immediately it actually blocks out all the sound around you, right? Jonathan talking about que pasa. Yeah, man, you know I work in Miami, so speaking that Spanglish. Anyway, everything is so strange right now. Everything's off track. I'm not in my normal place. I'm not, I got new headphones. I'm on a Wi-Fi signal that's at a travel lodge approximately a mile from LAX. If you've known me for a while, you know that I am not averse to having a little bit of adventure. And so I have found myself in a spot where this is not the greatest of areas. It's like I'm rolling up with looking like money. And yeah, this has been fun. Kind of fun. John said, I'm not making that Miami money. Yeah, I'm making Miami money. The problem is that I'm cheap as hell. And so I spent $100 to stay at this hotel tonight, so I didn't have to go an hour to get to the hotel from where or get to the airport tomorrow morning. So now tomorrow morning, I'll just get up at 4 a.m. here, which is 7 there, get up and go. Oh, man. Someday I'll tell you the story of my Miami story, where one of my agents with UHG came and rescued me from a very rough part of town because I decided to go on a walk. So today, I wonder what's on your mind. I don't know what's going on in your world. Maybe you guys got something specific. You got any wins, excitement, things that you want to share. Maybe you took a piece of information we talked about in the last couple of any of these Spencer Uncensored, and you took it and used it for something of your advantage. Last week, we talked about flexibility. I don't think that tonight's going to be that long either, just simply because of the amount of information that's going on in my head. And I have a lot of things going on right now. A lot of things on the personal end, a lot of things on the business end, and flexibility was required last week. This week for me has been more of a discussion around what am I committed to? And so if you're familiar with the MF code at all, the very first layer is a conversation around purpose. And it comes into the mindset of commitment and the mechanics of outcomes. And when opportunities start showing up in your life, you have to start making decisions about which path am I going to take, which direction am I going to go. And some of you might be, looking at your life or your business or things going on, whatever, and you might be getting some momentum, and then new things, cool new things start opening up to you. And you have to start doing opportunity management. What grounds you, we talked about this, I think, last week. I'm sure we did. When we talk about flexibility, right? We got to be able to be flexible. Flexibility doesn't mean that you are capitulating to everything and that you just kind of like flop around. This is not talking about nailing Jello to the tree. When we're talking about flexibility, we're talking about the strength in that, in the ability to adjust your approach if you're looking to grow. Well, if that's the case, how far do you, like, what has grounded that tree? You guys remember we talked about this palm tree thing last week. What's grounding that tree? Well, at some point, you have to get grounded in what it is you want and why you want it. And sometimes opportunities are just really good distractions. I point this out because, there's so many examples. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. Well, I just came back from that large national convention, right? Real estate company. And with that, of course, there's a lot of moving around in real estate, right? Where's my opportunity? Oh, there's a cool new opportunity over here. Let me go do this. Let me go do that. Look, whether something's right or wrong for you is going to be completely dependent upon whether or not you have clarified purpose. You have clarified the outcome you're after, and you have a mindset of commitment towards it. So as you can imagine, in my world, where I have a great deal of opportunity with, coaching and helping people grow in their businesses, the more momentum and the more success I have with that, the more I'm going to have people come to me and want me to do it, which means there's only a couple of things I can do, right? I can cut out some people, or I can change the way I've been doing it, which I've done that multiple times. As a matter of fact, years ago, I used to do everything one-on-one. And at some point, I had a coach that helped me understand how to do groups and how to grow groups and, do things like that. And then we started segmenting based off of production and things of that nature, or types of, growth that they're looking for. So I have to remember, what is it that I'm after? Because if everything becomes a priority, I have no priorities. I'm going to repeat that. I need you to think about that too. If everything is a priority, then you have no priorities. So we teach something when we talk about goal setting and doing things like, we talk about setting an anchor goal. Essentially, we're talking about the big what you're after in the next 3 to 5 years. You should always be closing in on that discussion. And for me, I have a very clearly defined conversation. So anything that comes to me as an opportunity, the question is going to be, does it accelerate that plan or does it hinder that plan? And that's what helps me be much more grounded. I'm trusting that makes sense to you guys, right? I'm reading some notes here. Looks like Dan let me know all kinds of stuff that he was working on and helped him. Love it. Love it. Yeah, validation. Perfect. So there's no long-winded nugget this particular week when it comes to Spencer Uncensored. Bottom line is, unless you want to be your life's bitch, you're going to have to learn how to get your life in the back seat. That's a motorcycle reference, by the way. If you've never ridden motorcycles, person in the back is riding bitch, right? So you're either holding on to life for dear life, or life is holding on to you because you're the one driving the motorcycle. Make sense? I don't know. maybe challenge yourself a little bit here. What am I committed to? Just a good reminder. By the way, that's people talk about what's your purpose? What's your purpose? Your purpose is rooted in those two things. What am I committed to? Or do I have a mindset of commitment? I'm all in. What juices me? What am I really committed to? And that what is what the outcome. Make sense? Of course, I ask the question all the time. Does it make sense? I'm sure it does make sense. I'm excited about the number of people that are starting to get momentum that I'm working with. I'm trusting that you guys too. What's funny is, like in the real estate business, you know, all the conversations about how hard or difficult or the direction the market has been compared to the last 3 years. It takes skill. You got to now get back to basics and things of that nature. So many of the people that I'm working with right now are getting massive. I just got off the phone with somebody that just put one under contract for 1.6, right? I'm not surprised by it because they're taking action. They're doing their thing, right? That's me working on that Miami money, by the way, Jonathan. But I'm encouraged, right? Because when other things, when the ships are going down, like when the tide is going out, right, and the ships are coming down, it's fun to watch your ship stand out above all the other ones. So next week we'll probably do a question, kind of like I do every so often. I'll poll all 200 of you, kind of what's going on, what's the biggest challenge, what should we be dealing with, and then I'll address those individually. I have done in the past also like 16 different answers to different situations people brought up to me. So I'll probably pull that out of the vault too. And then at some point we may actually even get into the 7 master levels, or not levels, but levers, skills that I use in a coaching environment to help yourself and or others. So if you're looking to want to coach people, stay tuned. If you are wanting to find what are the primary things that I should be working on for self-development, I'm going to lay that out for you guys at some point. But those 7 master steps are basically a synopsis of everything I've done, and every personal development thing you've ever seen in your life gets plugged into one of these 7. And when you learn these 7 and you start applying it, it'll make a difference to your outcome. It'll make a difference on seeing development. If you're looking for a professional upgrade in your life, by the way, you'll find that on the backside of a personal upgrade. Period. Everybody's looking for these cool hacks and give me the business strategy. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't, your business won't be disciplined if you're not disciplined. Your business won't be focused unless you're focused. Your business will not be able, it's not going to have the behaviors you want if you can't manage your own personal habits. It's not going to optimize and change and grow and follow its own feedback and make itself better if you don't know how to do that for yourself and track your own information. It will never hold itself accountable unless you hold yourself accountable. I can't tell you the number. I just had a conversation 2 days ago, yesterday maybe, with a market center, which is what the Keller Williams ecosystem calls their offices. A tech guy, right? So that each office typically has a tech person. And this one in particular, we were walking along and he was just talking and said, was telling me about all the things about the agents and the challenges with leadership and this and that. And I was like, where's your DNA in all this? Where's your DNA in all this? Right? Not the question they were expecting me to give them. I mean, I don't really know the person that well, but I'm just gonna, if you ask me and you start complaining and you start sounding like a little whiny person, that's the fastest way to recognize a victim. You guys have heard me talk about that before. Whining, complaining, criticism, those are really good indicators. You think life defines you. So I said, where's your DNA and all that? They're like, well, what do you mean? I don't have it. What do you have control over? Like, what is your portion of this conversation? Not to mention, if you're going to point fingers and have a conversation around the leadership that's leading you, and you don't like that it's not as relational as you like it to be, it could be that that particular leader might be in CEO mode and wartime CEO, right? If you've never read the book, The Hard Thing About Hard Things, wartime versus peacetime CEO, right? If the leadership around you is not interested in the fluff right now, it's probably because they're either in a bad situation or they're making sure that we don't get in a bad situation because they're focused, they're driving, they're looking for results. Should we give a little pat on the back every once in a while? Absolutely. We're looking for culture. But listen, this is not a kumbaya bunch of bullshit sitting around. I don't know. That's not going to work. Especially if things are getting tougher in your industry. I'm thinking about insurance right now in the state of Florida, how tough it is in Florida, the state of Florida. I mean, companies are going out of business in Florida because of all the issues there. Would that be fun for you? No. But if you're going to run a business and that's what you've been doing for years, then you're going to have to lean in on it, baby. This is wartime, not peacetime. So if you're working with someone who's focused and driven and moving along and you are struggling to keep up, well, listen, you can either do one of two things, step up or step out. And this is one of the reasons why, by the way, when companies, offices and whatever bring me in, they're bringing me in because that's the conversation I'm bringing to the whole organization. It's either step up or step out. What do we want to do? And if you want to step up, I've got the tools, we got the skills, we got the things here. I got the training, I got the programs, I got the masterminds, I got all the stuff. Right? If you're willing to step up, we got that. If you want to step out, I'll show you the door. Maybe this isn't right for you. I'm not going to have any hard feelings for you. Go ahead. But if you're going to stay in business and grow, then the growth is going to come on the backside of personal development, meaning we're going to work on you. And then from you, we're going to then take it to the next level and work on your professional development. That's how it works. Because one feeds the other. I don't want to drag this out any further. I think I said what I needed to say for the night. I don't know what episode this is. I probably should go back and figure that out. Probably like 12 or 13. But I'm excited about all the people that are here. We're currently at 194 in this group. We got to find a way to grow it. If there was like a little tool or something that I have done in the past, maybe you guys that are on here have experienced that was super valuable to you, and you would like for me to provide, let me know, because then that might be the thing I can do. That way I can drive more traffic here. And we can then give that away. Once they get an email address, and I can send them here so that they can get it, all the content. But I'm super committed to making sure people really get empowered so that they can get unstuck and enriched, so that they're not floating in the air, right, and frustrated because they know it's possible, they're just not getting there. Those are two patterns we've talked about before. Those are emotional patterns, right? People are either super disturbed because they can't get anywhere, or they are worn out, burnt out, because they know what they're doing, and so on, right? I'm just reading some of the comments, guys. Help me grow the group, guys. This is super valuable stuff. Over time, I see masterminds happening all over the place, in person, 7, 8 weeks at a time, working through the MF code. I have done massive turnarounds with companies and businesses and teams. So that's what this is about. I want to take the conversations I'm having on a regular basis, make it recorded here publicly, and then let you guys use it for your benefit. But spread the word, and we'll go from there. If there's anything though specifically that I have ever shared with you that really stands out to you that you think everybody else would, then let me know. So, all right, friends. Yeah, Daniel, choir section will probably not be opened up on Spencer Uncensored because it'll be open to group things when I start doing it, or like not group, but when I start doing interviews and things of that nature. But we'll see as time progresses. We'll see as time progresses. All right, friends, let's not stretch it out anymore. 20 minutes is a good amount of time to get some content. What you need to do, by the way, is implement, my friends. None of this shit gets done. We can have theory all day long. Go take what you learned, go do something with it. All right, go get real clear. By the way, if you're trying to figure out, like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Let me give it to you. Let me spoon feed it to you. Number one, get really, really clear on the outcome. That's the 3 to 5 year conversation. And what do I need to get done? Like, what's the outcome? What's all this for? And then if you're looking to create commitment, build commitment, reasons build results. So sit down with a piece of paper and write down as many as you can. If you can fill up the entire page of all the reasons why that's important to you, how that's going to change your life, what's going to do for you, for everyone else, purpose, all those things. The more reasons you can come up on why that's important to you, you're going to build way more commitment. So if you're struggling to like see anything happen, it's because you don't have enough reasons. Either that or you got enough reasons not to. You're going to have to outweigh those. So keep writing them down until you got it squared away. All right, friends, you guys have a fantastic evening. I'm going to maybe walk down the street here in the middle where I'm at. And hopefully not get jumped. So if anybody needs me, you guys know where to reach out to me, contact us through all the DMs, do whatever you need to do. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Let me know if you need anything from me in between. All right. Keep well, keep moving forward, my friends.